I'm Jen.
And I'm Jen. And this is Talk Dogs with Us.
Teenagers scared the living shit out of me.
Today's episode is all about adolescence in dogs.
We're talking to owners, trainers, vet staff, groomers, shelter staff, dog walkers, dog interactors.
Anybody who interacts with a dog
Dogs?
of a certain age. Yeah, if dogs are listening, they can listen in on this.
Hell yeah. Thinking about how to think about it.
So, adolescence is a rough time for all species. Human teenagers are often called awkward, defiant, adventurous. The changes in their lives are not only physiological, but mental and social as well. These changes happen all at once and can be overwhelming. Our dogs are no different. They're going through several layers of changes that can be hard to navigate, especially when you can't have a conversation about how you're feeling with someone who's been through it before.
When is adolescence for dogs?
Typically, the agreed upon start is right around 6 months. Nothing hard and fast. Everybody's a little different, but everybody kind of agrees that it's around that 6 month mark is when you're going to see it start. And you're going to see it last until up to 2 years of age.
Shoo!
It's a long time.
It is. It feels like everything you've ever done up until now has been worthless.
For sure, that's how it feels. And so, what kind of things are we talking about happening in adolescence? So just know that if you have clients that have adolescent dogs, they might be going through increased chewing, right? Because the teeth are settling in the mouth. So the dog gets the urge to chew again, just like they're teething for the first time. We might see house training accidents. They might slip up on their potty training. They might not signal to go out as well.
I feel like this is the time when they'll start peeing in secret.
Yeah.
When they have inadvertently been interrupted when urinating in the house, they'll start to sneak off and do it on their own around this time.
Yeah, you'll find a pee spot in a second bedroom or something. We might see their recall is absolutely abysmal.
They are busy.
And other training things, so things that they know, things like when you ask them to sit or jumping up on people. All the training that you did, your puppy kindergarten, is out the window.
It's so sad because it's like, wow, my puppy's so great. They know all these things. Stranger walks up and they sit ready to be pet. And then the next day you wake up and they're like, I've never even sat in my whole life.
Sit, I don't know her.
I also will not be laying down. I won't be walking next to you on the leash. I'm going to be pulling. I'm busy. We got places to go and things to see.
Yeah. So they could see a fear period. Fear period is a normal developmental stage. It happens when they're young. It happens when they're in adolescence. It's where the dog becomes kind of hypervigilant to the environment around them. They start to notice things that maybe they didn't notice before, or they're worried about things they weren't worried about before. Maybe they were friendly to people and now they're starting to kind of hold back or growl a little bit at strangers. That's totally normal to happen during that period. But it can be alarming when you had this pro-social wiggly puppy that all of a sudden backs away and growls at a stranger.
Yeah. And along that same thought process, increased vocalizations around that time tend to occur. They sort of find their voice if they haven't already. And if they have, they will start to hone in on which voices get them what at this time. And they'll start vocalizing out of frustration, out of boredom.
Yeah. You can see crate training regress. You can see, maybe they were okay being penned in a room and now they're whimpering. All these things are super normal to see in adolescence, but they're super frustrating.
Oh, man. It's the worst time.
It is the worst
time. But
time.
Also, sometimes adolescence is the goofiest time.
Yeah.
Because they're also understanding the world and not just learning about it.
Yeah.
And sometimes kind of like when a 5-year-old is like, oh, I was at school today and my teacher said that something crazy. And then you go and talk to the teacher, and that is nothing like what she said. They just made an erroneous conclusion based on the keywords that they understood.
Yeah.
And that's the same way that dogs get around this time.
Yeah, you can sort of see them put the pieces together, and sometimes they put the pieces together wrong.
Yeah. You'll find them stepping on things and then falling and then being very confused about how that could have even happened.
So, as a pet professional, what can you do for your client that is going through this adolescent phase with their puppy? I think one thing is that if you can prepare clients in your puppy kindergarten classes, in your training classes, in your vet appointments, in your grooming appointments, and be like, hey, adolescence is coming, adolescence is hard, be ready for it. I think really if a person is prepared for it to be rough, it's going to be way easier.
Yeah. Yeah. So warn them and normalize it.
Yeah.
And normalize the things that happen and the burnout that comes with it. Puppy blues are real, man. When usually it's the 5-month mark or so after getting a puppy that people are like, why did I do this? I actually hate puppies.
Yeah.
And if you think about it, if they went home at 8 weeks, then that's right around when adolescence starts.
Yeah.
And not only are they experiencing adolescence as an owner, but also they're burnt out on doing all this puppy stuff because puppies are puppies for a long time.
Yeah, puppy care is hard.
It takes a lot out of you.
It's raising a baby animal.
Yeah. So one way to help normalize it and prepare owners is to help ride the waves with them.
Yeah.
Make sure that your dog isn't giving you a hard time. They are just having a hard time, and try and explain that to owners in a way that they can understand and take to heart, because they're going to take it personally because they've put all this work into this puppy to try and do the best they can. And now they're seeing regression and they don't know what they did wrong when they're not really doing anything wrong. It's just that the puppy's having a hard time because of their age.
And the hard part is, like, you get to that point in puppyhood where you think they're housebroken, you think they're going to stop chewing. And so you start to take those protections down. It's actually when you need the protections the most, right?
Yeah.
It's when you need the gates and the X-pens. It's when you need the house training, taking them out more often than they need to go, making sure that you have your potty bells trained, making sure that you're supervising them after they eat and drink. Those protections can't go out the window just because they seem to have mastered it in puppyhood. There's a whole other wave coming for you to ride.
Yeah, and it's hard because sometimes they look like their adult form by this time. Especially large breed puppies, they get so large that we forget that they're still babies. And even the small dogs, they are now settled. They are in a routine with their owners. And then suddenly everything changes.
Yeah. And so some things that you can do to be proactive is dog brains are primed for novelty seeking during this period because they're trying to kind of forge their independence. They're trying to figure out kind of who they are and how the world works. You can engage them with novel stimuli. So invent games to play with them, look up new tricks to teach them, find some scent work, either formal scent work or scent games that you can play. Jen has a great one that she did with her puppy with, I think it was canned tuna that you did in the backyard?
Yeah, so I would take it was canned tuna, and I would cut the can and then leave the juice in it, take it outside and kind of spread the juice in a line through the yard. And then at the end of it, I would put little bits of tuna and kibble and leave a little snuffle for them. And at first I started with like a straight line, and then I would do a zigzaggy line, and then I just kind of went wherever just to help them have some semblance of novelty, encouraging them to sniff in the backyard, kind of giving their brain a workout by saying, like, where is this path going? And because we started off very easy, you know that at the end of the rainbow, there's a pot of tuna. Delicious.
I think I'd rather a pot of gold personally.
Well, you're not a dog, so
Sure.
that makes sense. And also capitalism, so.
Yeah. That's, yeah. So this is a good place for food enrichment as well.
Oh, yeah.
Don't you have an episode on that?
I do. We have a whole episode
Back
on
in season
food
1?
Yep. And food enrichment is literally my favorite thing to talk about ever.
We're probably going to do another food enrichment.
I think we have to because I can't
every season.
I can't shut up about food enrichment.
What's the episode number? Let's see.
Jamie, can you pull up the episode number? Wait, I'm Jamie.
Episode 6.
All right.
Episode 6.
Episode 6?
Episode 6, season 1, food enrichment. Give that one a listen because that's going to help you out.
It's called Meals for the Mind.
Part 1.
Part 2's coming up.
Pending.
We'll get there.
And ensuring they're getting appropriate exercise. You still have to be careful of young joints at this time.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't want to be doing too much jumping or hard running. Not necessarily true that a tired dog is a happy dog here. We want to make sure they're getting appropriate exercise. And if they swim, swimming is a fantastic exercise.
Oh, yeah. It's so good for the whole body.
Yeah. And low impact. So good for the joints, too.
Yep. Elmo has learned that if he does a little whine, Alex will give him a treat.
Yeah. We're dealing with that right now.
Similar along the lines of ensuring that we're getting appropriate exercise is to make sure that our play is happening more often and building excitement, because that will help with that novelty, because this is the time when the rest of the world becomes more important than you. And before this time, you were the star of your puppy's world. Now they're learning that the sky is full of stars and there's also a moon and a sun.
Yeah. And so finding ways to kind of make yourself really exciting during this time is going to help with that social bonding aspect. And that can be one of my favorite terms for it is called a toy vacation. So one of my clients said this. They rotate the toys and the toys, quote, go on vacation. And they just take like a crate or a box and they put certain toys away in a closet and then they bring certain toys out and then they rotate them in and out. And then it's like you have fresh toys all the time and you're not spending $1 million buying fresh toys all the time. You're just bringing toys out of retirement.
Wow.
Yeah. Toy vacations. Very funny term.
Yeah. If you just have one dog, get yourself a little 3-bin thing, put toys in each bin, and then every month switch the toys out.
Yeah.
Or however often you want.
However often you need to.
But let me tell you, even if you have one dog, all the toys aren't going to fit in those bins.
And having different toys too, I think that way you can really find out what your dog likes in terms of toys.
Yeah.
And toys are a 2-player game.
Yeah.
So it's not like you can just get toys and your job is done. You have to animate them or work on tug with them or work on, toys that maybe have food that get put in them.
Yeah. It may have been that up until this point, your puppy would just play with toys on their own. And now they're going to be less interested in doing that and more interested in everything else. So then playing with them is a way to bond with them where there's no rules to the game other than, don't puncture human skin. But that way you can bond with your puppy in this difficult time and not just be frustrated with them all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, I think in a way, like learning to find the humor in how tricky this time can be is going to be really helpful.
Yeah, for sure. I think also this might be the time where, a fear period aside, they are having a bigger response to things that scare them.
Yeah. And
that response might seem more almost escalating his whines because Alex is trying to extinguish this behavior and he's just really sad about it.
We're watching a real life training situation over here. He's just going through an extinction burst. That's all right. He'll be fine.
I mean, just like people, our pets sometimes have to learn distress tolerance.
Yeah.
So
he's got to learn. He's got to wait.
It's hard,
to get
Elmo,
the treats. It's
but
really
you got
hard.
this. He's literally just relaxing on the couch and chin resting on Alex's lap,
Anything for a snack.
just looking back and forth. And occasionally, well, it was occasional that he would do a little whine, and now he's escalated to a whine and a sigh.
Yeah.
It's tough.
It's hard being a
He's
little
not
guy.
even an adolescent, but he is sure displaying adolescent
He
behavior.
really is. Even though he's well into social maturity territory, he's displaying adolescent behavior.
Yep. So when your puppies are having this bigger response or more extreme response to fear, you want to make sure that you are comforting them, offering them food in the presence of scary things, and reduce how close they are to scary things so that they're less scary, even if it's something they've seen 1,000 times and not had this response. So even if we're in a fear period and there's a balloon on a fire hydrant, and we've walked past this balloon every day for the puppy's entire life, and suddenly the puppy is scared of this balloon, we're not going to like drag them up to the balloon and make them look at it and sniff it. We're going to let them have their space, approach it on their own, and maybe we'll just cross the street and give them treats every time they look at it for that day. And the next day, you'll know if it's a fear period because one day it'll be just like, snap, oh, that balloon's less scary now.
Yeah.
If it's not a fear period, then we're actively counter conditioning that thing. And regardless of whether it is a fear period or not, we still need to treat that fear because they're learning.
Yes.
A fear period doesn't mean that we can ignore their response to things. It just means that their response might be larger and surprisingly different than it was before.
A fear period kind of feels like you've been assigned extra homework by the universe.
Yeah. That's a good way to think about it.
Like, you can't ignore the fear that happens in that period because they're still learning. And we want to make sure that there's no single event learning, right? So single event learning is where they learn based on a one shot, one time, right? So maybe there was never a balloon on the fire hydrant and there's an open house and now there's a balloon on the fire hydrant. And now they learn that fire hydrant's really scary because one time there was a balloon on it. That's single event learning. And we want to make sure that even during that single event learning, we're feeding through it so that we can say, hey, look, you came, you saw this fire hydrant with a scary balloon on it and you ate. Don't you feel better?
Yeah, I mean, it's not. And I feel like that's kind of why we started talking about fear periods less and less, because it doesn't matter what you call it.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to treat it all the same.
Yes.
And then we're going to we're going to use critical thinking to analyze what the dog's response was and then respond accordingly the next time.
Yeah.
Top tips?
Top tips.
Tip tops?
So, I'm going to share in the show notes an article on Whole Dog Journal. They actually have a lot of adolescent resources and ideas and suggestions. So if you have clients that are going through this, you can share that with them and they can read it. So I'll put that link in the show notes. In the article, there's links to other articles. So there's just like a web of information that you can get into. And then, give them suggestions for training they can do. Give them suggestions for classes they can take. Give them suggestions for ways that they can work with their dog through this time and be there as a resource.
Yeah. I mean, something that helped me a lot when Jude was going through adolescence was that I had friends that would take her and do things with her so that it wasn't always me, because it felt like a lot at that time. So if you have the ability to offer your clients like a 2-hour break, walking their dog in their neighborhood for them, sometimes that can help their burnout so much, because it's tough to have a teenage puppy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the last top tip is just to get through it. The only way out is through.
Yeah.
Don't strangle your puppy. Try not to give them away.
Yeah, that's the thing is this is the number one time that dogs are surrendered to shelters. About 50% of surrenders are in this age period.
Which is fair, It's hard.
Yeah.
And this is the time when you think like, oh, maybe actually having a dog is not something I'm cut out for.
Yeah.
So really being there for your clients, especially vet professionals, this is that chunk of time where they're not seeing you. So having some way to like reach out to them and say, hey, we know that your puppy's this age, these things you should expect. Let us know if you need help. If you have a social worker, maybe the social worker can help them through that.
Yeah.
It's tough. And obviously that's not the only reason dogs are surrendered at this age. But for people who are like, oh, maybe I'm just not cut out to be a dog owner. We just got to get through it. Or maybe we actually needed a 2-year-old dog instead, which is also fair.
They should make adolescent dog support groups.
Oh, they should. I wonder.
They might.
Yeah.
I'll have to ask Caroline.
Wonder if that's something that like someone who does puppy social could do if you have like a really tight-knit community and you have people that are all going to go through this at the same time. Maybe you already have that sort of support group built out for you.
Yeah, and I wonder if you have puppy socials or puppy kindergarten, if I know at some of my classes, owners will take each other's information if their puppies really get along, and then they'll do their own version of puppy socials on somebody's property.
Yeah, encourage community building.
Yeah,
within
and
the
so
group.
In adolescence, if those dogs are still getting along, they could play with each other, and that could be, you know, a form of social outlet and exercise.
And you can even remind them that even if the puppies aren't getting along, it could be one puppy while they go sit at a coffee shop outside and drink coffee together while one puppy gets what they need. And then the next week, the next puppy comes instead.
Yeah. Yeah, that could be an option, or parallel walks. If they don't do well playing with each other, doing a parallel walk somewhere.
Because this is the time where it's hard to do something that doesn't involve your puppy because you know they need so much.
They need so much from you.
Yeah, but sometimes you just need that break.
Yeah.
So sometimes a forced break is necessary, even when you're like, oh, no, I gotta get them out and run them today because I know they're going to be crazy if I don't.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's worth the crazy for your own mental sanity. You got to fill up your own cup before you can fill out someone else's.
Absolutely.
That's what they say, but it's hard to put in practice.
All right.
So, a bit of a digression, but
that's what we got. That's what we got on adolescent puppies. Good night and good luck out there.
Good night.
Talk Dogs With Us is an informational podcast and not a substitute for qualified medical advice.
Are you a pet professional or parent looking to learn more and challenge your current assumption about our pets? Then let's go on this journey together at our website, talkdogswithus.com. Give us a bark at Facebook and Instagram at Talk Dogs With Us. You can help keep the conversation going by subscribing to our Patreon, patreon.com/talkdogswithus, or buy us a coffee at ko-fi.com/talkdogswithus. Art direction by Alex Oren, theme song and audio engineering by Stephen Rossblock. Check out more from him at stephenrossblock.com. Thanks for listening.